Good day, my name is Graham. Not that that matters so much. I am interested, like many people, in ancient archaeology, such as the pyramids and the stonework around the world at Pumapunka and various places, too numerous to name here. Like many other people, I've become fascinated by the mystery of it that seems to be unsolvable because of there is evidence that's obviously missing, but they're a growing amount of evidence that we can put together to give us some indication of certain possible facts about the matter or truth about the matter that may not be revealed by basic orthodox archaeologists and other people, because they're no longer actually archaeologists as such, but more like bureaucrats for universities and other places, and the greatest interest they have, the thing they take most seriously, is a position they have within academia rather than discovering the real truths about ancient archaeology. And that's been left now to people who go about freely inquiring about the things that we all know about on the internet, and there are numerous people out there all doing wonderful jobs revealing to us in our lounge rooms or our studios some interesting things about ancient architecture. The thing about the giant pyramid, a great pyramid of Giza, one is we do not know, and I can't find out when the stones were removed from the face of it, which suggests to me they came off during an earthquake at one time. And that's how, because as an ex-builder, retired builder who worked in masonry, I have awful lot of problems working out how they took them off, levered them off and crowbarred them off the face of the pyramid, which is 700 feet wide and 500 feet high or whatever it is. But I like to see the master plan so many years ago that lowered all those pieces, those hundreds and thousands of pieces of smooth facings, onto the ground gently. That sort of thing is almost bigger feat than putting him up there. Putting him up there as a builder, I think putting them up there would be easier than taking them down. And you know, there's a massive amount of questions: where would you put the leverage and the machinery to lower these things up and down anyway? Now, I know that our stonemasons in the past built cathedrals and used the big wheels and that to move large pieces of masonry and timber up into the rafters and up into the large arches of the cathedrals, but where's the pivot points for that on a cathedral, on a pyramid? The thing about the most interesting part of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid with the convex side on it, that's the concave side on it, sorry, that is the one with the 8-sided, is that obviously it's coming to be obvious that it was a device that amplified natural occurring energies. There's energies everywhere, all energies, everything, and in everything, and it is everything. Now, if you can amplify natural energy, what's in the waters below this, and there's indication the Bosnian pyramid also is built on top of a stream or a river, underground river. There's something in that we don't understand, although there are indications of people who have measured the gravitational pull of rivers by some means a few years ago, we indicated that the rivers have a sort of a power and energy within themselves, going the way the river is flowing. So there's something in that alone, which is, I don't understand the physics in that. But nonetheless, I understand how energy can be amplified from a few small currents to many times that, through capacitors and different ways of doing it. I'm not an electrician, I don't pretend to be, but I can explain this by friends who are. Now, to me, the pyramid with the concave sides seems that the concave side is amplification, a means of amplifying even the sun's rays on it, hitting this, the photons from the sun, and the amount of heat coming off the desert or rushing up the side is amplified up towards the cone, and the pyramid itself is also creating, developing a magnetic resonance, if you like, that's getting amplified through the way it is built, the pyramid itself, and that all together forms a sort of beacon or a beam that goes out into the sky, to the space, that then is an intergalactic navigation device. What I'm suggesting is that these devices maybe not just, they're all over the earth, we know that. The fact that the one at the Giza is right smack in the middle of the mass of the body, the landmass of the earth, is an indication that it's like a intergalactic sat-nav, if you like, a thing that people who were travelling from planet to planet just could sort of have a sleep if you want to, and they just tuned there or dialed in which planet they wanted to go to, and it just zapped them there due to the signals given off depending where the pyramid is within the planetary and solar systems and whatever within the galaxies. It's only a suggestion. It may not make sense to many people, but if you're going to go and say, what are you doing all this for? Why are you building such a fabulous piece of apparatus with the amount of effort and all that for? Well, there has to be a greater purpose than just decoration. That other people later, pharaohs and what built pyramids to try and copy this, to look, we can do that as well, is basically no, it doesn't have anything to do with the primary purpose of the original pyramids, which may be about 35,000 years old, same as the Sphinx, because if the Sphinx was built at the beginning of Leo, or during for the Leo, indicating the Leo period, then chances are it would be built at the beginning, not at the end. I mean, it makes more sense to have something that celebrates something at the beginning of it, not at the end of it. Or maybe it was a great era for them, so they celebrated it. The year of Leo might have been a great time for them, and it all went away, and some major cataclysm which caused then the pyramid to drop its stones, and then they were used maybe to build Cairo or some parts of Cairo. But that's only my silly little insight, if you like. Why would you have such a massive concentration of energy created by this this pyramid? Well, looks like it's got a capacitor above the king's chamber on it, that then, and it's got those concaved sides, will then amplify the energy going up through the light, what's caused massive amount of light on the pyramid faces, and that then, and heat, and all that creates a massive updraft of energy which amplifies the energy at the cone, which is then beamed into space. And that, I can imagine, people who built these things a long time ago were an ancient culture. Well, we're not just on Earth, but they're all over the place, all over the universe, all over the galaxy at least. We don't know enough to know about the universe itself, the whole universe, but enough about within this galaxy. And I'm suggesting that human beings are a remnant race on this planet, in the fact that although we say we're evolved, humans say, oh, we're the most evolved species on our planet, the fact that we do so much to harm the planet alone suggests we don't live in harmony with it, which means suggests we're not evolved yet enough to say we are the most advanced creatures on here, because we're damaging the planet, we're damaging our own environment. That's not very advanced at all. Now, I don't buy necessarily into the idea we can stop climate change, but I do understand we can stop damaging the oceans with litter, and we can tidy up our acts generally in all the water courses around the world and things like that. Those things we can do, and maybe humans can treat each other a little nicer, and that in itself, the most important environmental problem of all, is people building up weapons and creating wars and troubles between people just for the hell of it, just for, it seems to be the way of eliminating a lot of humans at some time off the planet. Well, that's very primitive, if you ask me. So, whether we're evolved species or not, that's another matter. That's another matter. Technically, technology has evolved, but have humans evolved? That's the question. Are we not just a remnant species from some greater species that lives throughout the galaxies? part of the greater diaspora, if you like, of the intergalactic seed. Thank you. My name's Graham.